This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike. Talking sixes in the bird gang, that's our life. Competition, we ain't scared, yeah, that's what we like. Win or lose, you know we showing up and we gon' fight. You see we strive for the sky every day that go by. And every single week we scream and fly, eagles fly. This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike, yeah. This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike, yeah.
What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk Podcast. What's up to everybody up in here before I get in here? Vic 3, Fame, BKNY, Marfin, Jalen Williams, Geo, Rome One More, a couple channel members, Ernesto, Ivan, Rock the Artist, Eagle has landed, Zach, Reese. What's going on to everybody up in here? So we're going to talk about this defense for the Philadelphia Eagles that surrendered 40 points back-to-back. I do want to keep in context that it was against the Dallas Cowboys and the Kansas City Chiefs because that matters. At the end of the day, 40 points to another team is just not good. It's not good at all. But as we just saw, the supposed number one team in the NFL on defense, whether it's right or wrong at this point, it's a small sample size in 4 games. The Carolina Panthers just let the Cowboys drop 36. And if you want to, keep it 100, one of the touchdowns that the Cowboys scored against us was a pick 6. This is not me making excuses for Jonathan Gannon because guess what? He is on my crap list. He's on my crap list. No if, and, or buts about it. But I want to look deeper into what he's doing. I try to get the personnel groupings. Like we play, of course we know we don't play no dime. We don't play no dime. But I wanted to get into that. But I do have some stats that I want to go over with you. I just want to wait till a couple more people get up in here. But we also going to talk about what Big Play Slay, Dairus Slay, had to say at his press conference today. Fletcher Cox was a little bit bothered, a little bit annoyed. Dairus is pretty much saying, a lot of people don't know what the bleep is going on, whether we're playing man zone, this, that, and the third. So he just wants to make sure his name is not getting drugged through the mud for no reason. I think sooner or later, Jonathan Gannon is going to have to let Slay loose and let him play the best player on the team. No if, and, or buts about it. You can't keep him locked up on one side. It's just the simple fact of the matter. But yeah, I want to get into some of these stats. We know just by watching we don't blitz that much, but I want y'all to know that we are dead last in the amount of blitzes we've done so far this season, and just the overall soft coverage. It's not going to work. You might be able to get away, Atlanta. Even though Matt Ryan is not, he's older. He's not fully washed, but he's not no slouch as a quarterback, and he got some weapons. As you've seen, they beat the Giants. They gave Washington fits. They put up 20-something points on the Bucs. And that was, yes, the Bucs defense is looking suspect via the pass, but that was really kind of before they got too beat up in the cornerback position. But when you look at just the fact that, we just had a bend don't break defense, and 40 points is 40 points no matter how you want to cut it. That's kind of broke. It's broke. Gio said Slay want respect on his last name. Yeah, I mean, if he's going to get beat, we're going to say that. But, the positions we're putting him in, he hasn't. The opposing team just chooses not to even pass his way. You're going to be surprised how many times teams elected to throw against us. They don't throw the ball. If you're playing the Philadelphia Eagles, the opposing team knows, why would I throw the ball? You had Pat Mahomes throw the ball probably the least amount he's thrown all season. Teams play the Philadelphia Eagles. They know whether it's in their arsenal or not to run the ball. They know that. Of course, like last year, yeah, got to be better. Shout out to Philly John channel member. What's going on with you? Gene Pyle said Jalen Smith signed with the Packers. I didn't hear he signed. I heard that's possibly going to happen. So, I mean, he's off the table. Dantes Henson said we need linebackers, of course. Look, I knew that Eric Wilson was bad against the run. I just figured that the defensive line was going to be able to carry the bulk of the load like it's done for multiple years. But this run defense is horrible, and he's the main person that's responsible because Alex Singleton is not good either, but he's the one missing tackles left and right. Zach said, not surprised Eagles didn't get Smith or Gilmore. Hey, it is what it is. Howie's just chilling. Howie's just chilling. CB said, it's crazy that when BG went down, every team said that they were going to run on us. They are succeeding at it until prove that until we prove different. That's big facts. Eminem, what's going on with you? It's time to call back Nate Gary. Just saying, hey, that is wild. It's wild. But listen, we're gonna get into it real quick. Let me pull it up. I want to go over some of these stats with you guys. Share the screen. 1 second. And I just jotted these down. So of course it's in no rhyme or rhythm. All right, so this is the Philadelphia Eagles defense right now. You know what I mean? And in a sense, let's look at the pass and rush defense. So it is what it is. The pass defense, we rank 7th overall in the NFL, only allowing 204 yards per game. But where we're getting crushed, of course, y'all know it's the eye test. You can see it is in the rush defense, which is 31st in the NFL, and we allow 150.2 yards per game. Now, here's the thing. Teams are running on us more than ever. And so that is also playing into the fact that we are not blitzing as much as people would want us to. I'm not saying Jonathan Gannon will blitz because he hasn't shown me that he want to. He did a lot of good talking in the beginning. But we blitzed 15 times in 4 games. That amounts to 10.8%, which is dead last, 32nd in the NFL. So, yes, we are in last place when it comes to sending blitzes. The second worst did it 24 times, which will be about 15% or 14%. So the second worst still blitzed 9 more times than we did. And I think that was the Raiders, and then the Steelers were after that. We do have 8 sacks and 12 hurries, but I want y'all to look at this. So in 4 games, we played against the Dallas Cowboys, who have a bunch of wide receivers and a quarterback that's well capable of throwing it down the field. We also played against Pat Mahomes, a guy who really, if there's one team and one coach and one quarterback that's ready to not run the ball all game and pass, it's the Andy Reid Kansas City Chiefs with Pat Mahomes. They ran the ball on us. And if you look here, I want you to really look. Total passes attempted against the Eagles, 121. That's tied for 4th. So we are the 4th least defense to be passed against. I don't know if I even wrote that right. Maybe I should have did it the opposite way. But they don't pass on us. But when it comes to total amount of rushes that have been attempted against us in the first 4 games, it's 137th, which means we're dead last. So we allow the most run attempts, and we allow the 4th least pass attempts. How do you plan to get interceptions when teams are passing against you the 4th least? How do you plan to get sacks if teams are passing against you the 4th least? So there's only 3 teams that get passed against less than us. Teams are not even dropping back. How do we expect to get sacks? Our D-line is still the most dominant part of this team, and I know Brandon Graham went down, and I agree with everybody in the chat. When he went down, the run defense went down 100%, and so did a little bit of our pass rush. But to be a team that is 4th least passed on, they're not passing. There's not one team in the NFL that gets ran on in 4 games more than the Philadelphia Eagles. 137 rushes. And then I got the defensive penalties down there, 27 defensive penalties, which ranks 21st. I know we are 1st in the NFL in penalties per game, but that's the offense contributing a lot too. We do rank 21st in defensive penalties. So the defense is probably a little bit better than the offense, just ranking wise. But we got to get better on both fronts of that. But the main thing that really caught my eye was the fact that teams will I don't understand how we went from a team that can stop the run and we still got the same D line. Listen, let's be honest. The linebackers have been bad for a while, right? It might be all time bad, but I can't even say that because Nathan Gary, Elijah, um, Duke Riley, these guys were bad too. But the defensive line in Schwartz system knew when to pinch, knew when to do what they needed to do, even though they did play a wide nine. I don't think we put that much responsibility on the linebackers to stop the run. Also, let's be honest, Brandon Graham was there. But I always thought, we have some big safeties, you got some great D-line, you can kind of sugarcoat the linebacker, but Howie has to see this red flashing light. Like, we've talked about it multiple times that we need to go out and get linebackers. I understand that. But it's always been like, why do we really need linebackers? This was probably going through Howie's head. Why do we really need linebackers when we are top 5, top 7 in rush defense? Why do we really need them? Now, this is the first year that we are dead last in rush defense. You went from a top 5, top 7 to dead last. Disgusting. And like I said, you can look at the pass defense. We ranked 7th, rush defense 31st, 204, 150. We only blitzed 15 times. That's 10.8. Only 8 sacks, 12 hurries. But the reason we can't blitz fully, and I'm not saying this will change if things change, because I don't know Jonathan Gannon. But things got to change against Carolina. No if, and, or buts. This is not a stellar offense. Now, I know McCaffrey might be practicing. He practiced today, so he might play just great, right? Dallas, the team that's rolling, gets to get the Panthers when they're at their all-time low. Now we're going to get McCaffrey. Philly Jones said teams will have to throw if we start putting points on the board. That's true, too. That's true, too. If the offense starts scoring, they might. But other teams are going to be smart enough to say, bro, it's the first quarter, it's the second quarter, it's the third quarter. Even if the Eagles come out and get a 10-point lead and it's the early part of the third quarter, teams are not as dumb as we are. They're going to be like, we're going to run the ball. I ain't never see the total passes attempted and the total rushes attempted for the Philadelphia Eagles is mind-boggling. Like, I knew we were one of the worst rush defense, but I didn't think we really got ran on the most in the NFL. I just thought we were giving up chunk plays. Nah, bro. In 4 games, 4 weeks, the teams know. Carolina, listen, Dallas, they've been balanced. I ain't going to lie. But the Chiefs want to throw the ball. The Falcons want to throw the ball. And Dallas, right before they played the Chargers, they wanted to come in and throw the ball. But they said, why will we throw the ball? The Eagles are the 4th least thrown on team. So right now, the secondary is the least of my concerns. And part of the reasons why the pass game, the defensive passing, the pass defense, sorry, I can't talk. The reason it kind of looks bad is because it goes run. And when they throw the ball, where do they throw it? In the middle of the field, where linebackers should be. So not only are teams not targeting our safeties and corners as much, even though we know Anthony Harris got beat by Tyreek Hill, that was one of them blitzes, I believe, that we only do 15 times, which is worse in the NFL. It's just mind-boggling. The total passes attempted, I can't get over that. I just can't. CB said, I wonder if the Eagles hired high school coaches because some of these problems are so simple to adjust. And the crazy thing, I hear you, CB. The crazy thing is Jonathan Gannon was highly regarded. Like, teams wanted him to be their DC. And we got him. Listen, the same way I was rocking with Hurts, the same way I got to give everybody a chance at least half the season before I can't put a stamp on anybody this early in the season. Now, I'm talking as if I'm not riding with him or I'm my my patience is high, but you can't give up on anybody that quick. But my patience is running high. Jay Cox said our linebackers are a punk and won't stop running. I hear you. Shout out to Paul 44. What's going on? Looking for Sasuke. What's going on? Pyro Disco Flash. He said, smash that like button. Yes, the like button is free. It's easy. It don't cost a thing. We got like around 90 some people in here. Make sure you hit that like button. Philly Take where RB said hashtag free miles. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I mean, Miles got to stop dancing a little bit. In his limited opportunities, he did dance a little bit more than he did last year, but 100%, Miles is a dog, and you got to let him run. But this is mainly about the defense because I've seen signs of the offense turning around and whatnot. There's no sign of the defense, but I also, like I said when I started this video, I want to keep in context that the Philadelphia Eagles defense went against two juggernauts on offense. But the fact of the matter being, total passes attempted, 121, which is tied for fourth least. And total rushes attempted, 137, last. Teams know. There's no team that's going to come in and try to pass on us at all. Why would they? We're just observing him. Can't give up yet. That's big facts. Pretty dime. That's 100% true. You got to. Souls Beyond Souls says, trade them old dudes that take up way too much money. Look, I've said this in the offseason myself. I wanted to see how this team went out. My general thought was between 7 to 9 wins. Looking more to 7 right now. I'm still not going to give up yet. At the end of the day, if you are way under 500 comes trade deadline, then it's definitely time. We've talked about this in the offseason when it comes to the Brandon Brooks, the Lane Johnsons, the Fletcher Cox, the Brandon Grahams, although you can't trade Brandon Graham because he's injured and, it is what it is. You have to get rid of these 31, 32-year-olds that won't be here when we finally start to turn the leaf. You got to get as many draft picks as possible and all that good stuff. So, yeah, I hear that. Eagle has landed said, I don't get undervalue or devalue any position on the team. I know every position can't have top 5 talent, but when there is a stellar player on the board, draft him regardless of positions. Exactly. As the league trended to passing league, they said linebackers are important. But guess what? The linebackers changed too. The linebackers used to be big and burly and brolic. They used to be the Ray Lewises, the Brian Urlachers, right? But it transferred over the years. As the league went pass heavy, linebacker was still important. We just thought we don't have to draft linebackers. And some other teams did the same, just not as bad as the Eagles. They thought it was, let's chill on the linebackers because it's a passing league. Nah, the linebackers are slimming down. JOK is slimmed down. You know what I mean? Luke Kuechly wasn't as big as Brian Urlacher and Ray Lewis, but he still laid a smackdown. These guys slimmed down. They're able to do more. A good linebacker can do more than just clog the run. Bobby Wagner can do more. You know what I mean? These guys can do more. Deion Jones, when he's healthy. What's a dude from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? Y'all know, I know. David, I can't even think of the Bucs linebacker. He does more than just rush the passer or stop the run. These linebackers evolved as well. Eagle Slayer, what's going on with you? Michael said Miles can't dance if he can't touch the ball. I beg you for all mankind, run the ball. I agree. I need to run. I agree with you. Jake said we don't have the right linebackers for our defense to be good. True. This defense relies way too heavy on the linebackers, and it's just not the defense to do it. Ewing said, I still don't know what hurts most, getting ran all over this year or getting double moved from bombs last year. Yeah, they both hurt. But I honestly think running down your throat hurts more. Just for the simple fact, if you get double moved, if you get barbecue chicken on the outside, it's like one and done. Ow, it hurt. Now I'm over it. But when you see a team run 6 yards, 7 yards, 6 yards, 7 yards, and it just 2nd and 2, first down, 2nd and 7, 2nd and 6, first down, 2nd and 5, first down, it's just demoralizing. It's like torture, at least to me. Mr. 89 said, friend, we should go on a run. Shout out to you. But like I said, for the people just getting in here, this is the defensive stats that stood out to me, and I wanted to go over to you. Levante Davis is one of them dudes. There's another one too, though. Devin White, that's what it is. Jalen Williams, shout out to you. Both Levante Davis and Jalen Williams and Devin White are dogs, but the linebacker position evolved too. But again, when you look at JG's defense, I also want to talk about his comments. His comments made me lose faith in him because he pretty much said he lost faith in himself. He's frustrated with himself. I got to do better, but he act like he didn't know how to do better. What up, Jay Milton from Jersey? But I think the looking at yourself in the mirror, this is the first time he's done it. Nick Sirianni's been doing it, but he's got a little bit better when it comes to play calling as well. I think it's either do what you really want to do, live or die by it against Carolina, or we're in trouble. But once again, the pass defense ranks 7th in the NFL, which is 204 yards per game. The rush defense is at an all-time low, 31st, 150.2 yards per game. We only blitz 15 times this season. That's 10.8%, which is last. However, how can we blitz for, and if you blitz and they run, I don't believe they count it. Yeah, I don't really know how they count that. 8 sacks, 12 hurries, but we are the 4th least passed on team. Only 121 attempts via the pass. That's 4th lowest, because total rush attempts allowed is 137 in 4 games, which is the highest, which means we're dead last. Teams will not come into the link. Teams will not catch us on the road and say pass, pass, pass. And that's interesting because CMC's coming back, or it looks that he's coming back. Philly Fresh in the building. What's going on? Yo, that definitely go check out my guy, Philly Fresh, part of Battlebirds podcast, great Eagles content creator. Reese said, get that LB that the Lions let go. He looks like he's going to sign with the Patriots, but I'll definitely check him out. Jamie Collins, I talked about it in the video. Philly Crew, what's up? Devin White, that's facts. Devontae Graham said 2022 draft, we build a defense. Bro, if we don't do what the Dallas Cowboys did, then it's just disgusting. Mad H said Eric Wilson and Singletary are too soft. They need to hit the gaps faster. Facts. And if I can ever get the all 22, because Game Pass is straight robbing me $100. Man, did both Nate Gary, both Alex Singleton and Eric Wilson just honestly run the opposite way. Philly Leo, so what happened to Gary? I mean, hey, he fit right in right now. Philly Crew said we need to blitz more. Facts. But we definitely need to blitz more. And I'm not saying that Jonathan Gannon will or will not. But when you have a team that's going to run the ball on you 30 times and only pass 20, that limits your opportunities to even blitz. You know what I'm saying? It limits the opportunities to even blitz. Chris DeMayo, what's going on with you? J-Mel said next draft will be total defense. We will need help on all levels. I agree. Gio said just picked up Gainwell as a flex in my lineup for your league this week. Hey, good pickup. Looks like he's being used, but hey, be careful because it's gonna be one week when they finally let Miles Sanders do the work, and it's gonna be rough. Lucas said, I feel like Kenneth Gainwell should be used more along with Miles Sanders. Yeah. I mean, there's no doubt about it. We saw or we heard in the, all season during training camp, all this, 2-back set, pony, 21 speed. And I haven't seen it. I haven't seen as much of the 2-back set that they were claiming they were going to do. CB said, bring Trotter out of retirement at this point. Hey, I'm with you. Zach said, we also rotate linebackers too much. We have 6 guys out there. Facts. That's just the fact that we, as a team, I mean, as a coaching staff, don't even know. They don't even have faith in guys to leave them out there. They don't. But again, for people just coming in, if you don't understand the total pass attempted and total rushes attempted, maybe I could have did it backwards, to be honest, because 121 attempts were 121 times the opposing team tried to throw the ball on us, which is the 4th least. That means 3 other teams got thrown on less than us. And why would a team throw on us when we are dead last in run attempts against us? Meaning the team just runs all over us. The second worst team in run attempts is 133, and I believe it's the Detroit Lions. The second worst run defense is 133 attempts against them, and it's the Lions. Disgusting. Mike, what are your thoughts on a run blitz being applied occasionally? We got to get them out of run against our defense. Yeah, you got to. You just got to time it right. Jonathan Gannon has been playing soft defense. He knows that. He's trying to limit the explosive plays while just still eliminating way too many plays that are counterproductive in what we need to do. You got to send pressure. And I think this last press conference really opened his eyes to, bro, I'm looking stupid. I see myself stupid now. I'm watching the tape and I'm feeling real stupid, to where maybe he says, you know what? At the end of the day, we just got to go out there. I'm going to have to call the blitzes. We'll still play a little bit back, but I'm going to have to time it up. I'm going to have to get these offenses out of their rhythm, out of their comfort zone. When you had the Kansas City Chiefs come into your house and they say Pat Mahomes is the second option, oh my God. If you have the Kansas City Chiefs with Andy Reid, Andy don't want to run Reid, come into your building and they allow Pat Mahomes to be the second option to Damian Williams, and CEH, we are the most ran on team. Not only is our rush defense ain't the worst. There's one team that's worse than us. We're 31st in yards per game, but we average the most attempts via the run against us. So there's times, there's probably, like, if we play, let's just say 67 snaps, right? If an opposing offense is playing a 67 to 70 snaps, it's going to be like 45. It's going to be like 40 runs, 30 passes, maybe 42 runs. And I lie, because the snaps would also include the special teams and stuff of that sort. So, but it's just wild, the lack of opportunity we have to even create interceptions and stuff. You got to get them out of their element. You got to get them out of running the ball. You got to. Devontae said, check out Kyle Hamilton. Yeah, I hear he's a beast. Hard-hitting, playmaking safety. Notre Dame, it would be a sin for us to not draft him in the first round. Dude's a monster. He's like DK Metcalf playing defense, 6'4", first-round talent, crazy athletic. Yeah, look, I've a lot of people DM me about him, and I like him. I'm all for him 100%. I was a big Derek Stingley Jr. out of LSU, but hey, he broke his foot, so who knows? That was a top 10 talent right there, Derek Stingley Jr. But him breaking his foot, and let me be honest, last year his tape was a little bit better before he broke his foot. According to some of the people I trust. With that being said, this guy's going to fall. Now, Sidney Jones tore his ACL or his Achilles. It's a difference. But my gosh, having another big time player get hurt, it's going to drop his status. But whoever gets him later, it could be the ultimate. Yawning. It could be the ultimate steal, or something that never comes back. Gio said, any news on McLeod? I mean, he played against the Chiefs. He got hurt again? Eagles should go back to the wide 9. We got more pressure last year. What's good, Mike? Nick and JG lied. Nick said they would run the rock, and JG said they would be aggressive. Yeah. When in doubt, they definitely lie. But they got time to try to make their pitches that they did pre-season come true still. JG claims he's trying to prevent explosive plays, but when teams are running it down our throats and controlling the clock, to me, that's more explosive than a deep pass over our heads. Hey, keeping it 100, that right there just kept it 100 from what I've been saying. I mean, at the end of the day, it's more demoralizing when it's like 2nd and 3, first down, another 2nd and 6, 2nd and 4, first down, 2nd and 3, first down, and it's just demoralizing seeing the team just beat you up, the physicality it takes, the toll it takes, all that stuff. I agree 100%. What kind of plays are those? What do you mean plays? These are some stats that about the defense. That's it. Bryce, what's going on with you? Bryce Blackwell. He said Gilmore to the Panthers. Yes, sir. And it looks like Jalen Smith is going to be going to the Packers. Can't make a comeback if there's no time left to do so. Facts. Mike, that's 34 rushes a game against our defense. Exactly. 34 rushes against a game against our defense. Where is the opportunity to blitz the quarterback? Where's the opportunity to get sacks? Where's the opportunity to get takeaways via the air? You don't have these options because teams are just running. The only takeaway you're going to get is a fumble. Stingley's been injured a couple of times and missed time due to illness. Remind me of Sidney Jones. Whoa, 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 whoa. That's what was going on in my head, too. I just couldn't say it. I'm looking at my watch, bro, waiting for it to come. I hear you, bro. You and me both. Panda said, in my humble opinion, I truly believe our troubles come from the coaching staff, the schemes they come up with, and the way they can't seem to adjust. Yeah, the adjustability factor that, sounded real good in the offseason is definitely off key. Not only are they coming with a kind of crappy game plan, especially on the defensive side of the ball the last 2 weeks, they don't adjust. It's just horrible. Zach said we have to stop the penalties as well. Can't be killing ourselves. Facts. We lead the league in penalties. The defense is only giving up 27, which ranks 21st, but that's still just not acceptable, especially when you're a young team. You need everything to go your way to even get where you need to be at times. You know what I mean? But once again, all these stats right here are 100% explanatory, except for the total passes attempted, 121. This is a total passes attempted against our defense and total rushes attempted against our defense. So again, teams do not pass on us. I should have worded that better, but I just made that real quick just to put on the screen before I went live. KOLLC said 4 times this year the Eagles quarterback Jalen Hurts has thrown a touchdown pass that was called back on penalty, and the Eagles didn't score a touchdown on that same drive. He'd be the overall QB1. He's current QB3. Yeah, I mean, it's missed opportunities 100%, and it's beyond his doing, and it's just, unfortunate 100%. I'm rocking with Jalen Hurts. I'm seeing growth. I'm seeing little minuscule mistakes, but it's nothing that I don't expect. But I'm rocking with Jalen Hurts until he really shows me he can do it. Which it's not going to be one game. I'm not going to be one of them guys who one bad game, one horrific game, he's going to come out there. Will I say he's bad? Yeah. Will I question maybe him being the long-term thing? Yeah, but Jalen Hurts right now is doing everything I think in his power to show that he is capable. And I like it, and I love it. Again, I'm a big guy when it comes to context because football is the ultimate sport. So your coach can drag you down. A quarterback can drag a coach down, and a coach can drag a quarterback down. It's as simple as that. Moochie said, we going to be 1-4. I'm sorry. Hey, low key, I really do got us beaten the Panthers. And this game is going to be my big wake-up call. Let me be honest with y'all real quick. The 113 people that are up in here, make sure you hit that like button. It's free. It's easy. It don't cost a thing. If the Eagles lose to the Panthers, I mean, I still want to see context and how the game is played, but this is going to be the wake-up call for me to be like, all right, you know what? We really only going to win like 2-3 games this season, maybe 4. Or if we have some fight where we can beat up on the Giants team, a Washington team, and go from there, maybe get up on some Lions, Tigers, and Bears, oh my. But this is going to be a wake-up call for me. I'm thinking that this game is like I can't give up on anybody, whether they're doing wrong right now or not, until I see at least, half a season sample size. But JG's wearing thin. Souls Beyond said maybe one of the worst teams in the league. Who, us? 83 points in 2 games. I mean, this is the thing, though. 83 points in 2 games come from the top 3 offenses in the NFL. 2 of the top 3 or 2 of the top 4 offenses in the NFL. That also has to be in context. If we play Kansas City 16 times a season, that'd be rough. Dallas 16 times, that'd be rough. Dallas, again, Carolina's supposed to be the number 1 defense in the NFL, and somehow Dallas dropped 36 on them. They're not saying, oh, my defense is ruined. I guarantee you if Carolina had to play KC next, KC will drop another 38-40 on them too. So then you're looking at the number one defense, and I know it's a small sample size in 4 games, but now you're looking at Carolina like, damn, your defense was great. You played Cowboys, you played the Chiefs. Damn, your defense stinks. But I've watched the games as long with you guys, and I've saw things, big mistakes made on the coaching staff, the soft coverage, the fact that you're putting players, linebackers on wide receivers, knock it off. Again, though, if you are only being passed against the 4th lowest in the NFL, it's all coming via the run. It's all coming via the run. Esmery the Booth, what's going on with you? Michael said, go Avery and Wilson. Like cheering them on, or we need to let go of Avery and Wilson. I hear you, bro. I hear you. Bryce said, I don't think the front office believe in Hurts. What makes you think that? Mr. 89 said, I'm concerned for our offense because Carolina defense is going to wreck us. Hey, but I mean, look, like I just said, though, our defense got destroyed by 2 good offenses. I mean, Dallas did whatever they wanted with Carolina's defense. 0 sacks. Carolina's best attribute of that defense is the front 7. I think they led the league in sacks prior to this. Maybe not, because I forgot Myles Garrett had that like 5-7 sack game against the Bears. So maybe I'm wrong there. But the front 7 led the way, and they didn't get 1 sack. Now, I'm going to drop my preview video tomorrow. Check this out. The Dallas Cowboys, who do have a decent defensive line, they sacked the Carolina Panthers 5 times. 11 quarterback hits. Again, what will any and every team do? We are the 4th least passed against team. The 1st most ran against team. How are we going to get interceptions? How are we going to get sacks if teams run? Jonathan Gannon, after this press conference, has he can't do nothing else but say, I'm stopping the run. Drop him in the box. Alex Singleton, Eric Wilson, it's not enough. Bring Ronnie McLeod down. Bring Anthony Harris. Guess what, Darius Slay? I'm sorry. You on an island today. Guess what, Steven Nelson? I'm sorry. You on an island. Not every single possession, but you on an island for majority of the game. I'm stopping the run. That's it. I'm blitzing. That's it. We lose this way. We lose this way. Then we go ahead and reevaluate. We can't play soft zone. You can't play aggressive. Well, guess what? We got to start fixing the defense. Not necessarily this year with going and signing people. That starts in the draft next year. Carolina has not played anyone to be the number 1 D. I agree. But I can only go off of who you play. I mean, at the end of the day, Carolina didn't handpick who they played. It's what happened is what happened. And so what I was saying is Carolina spent a lot of draft capital on that defense. They did make some moves for that defense. And their defense was playing lights out. Again, they didn't play nobody. I understand that. But that's what I can go off of. But I also look at the eye test. I watched Carolina's game. I saw how that D-line was coming at people. It was vicious. So you got to put that in context. You really don't know until you get, 6, 7, 8, halfway through the season, what really starts to transpire and stand out as legit stats or fake stats. But one stat I'm going to look at on my screen that I have for you is we only blitzed 15 times, which is last in the NFL, 10.8% of the time, because teams run against us more than any other team in the NFL so far. Uncle Luke, what's going on? Dang, these Eagles need to give us something consistent week. Give us something consistent week by sides losing. Give us, yes, I agree. But listen, and there's no such thing as a moral victory, but I was impressed of the way the offense moved the ball up and down with Nick Sirianni, even though he didn't run the ball. So we're going to see how we respond and capitalize to that. Philly Cruz said Hurts got to work on throwing that deep ball and leading his receivers to the spot. Yeah, you got to put some work on that. I ain't going to lie. How you got us beating Carolina? These coaches ain't it. Again, I think Jonathan Gannon is forced in the corner. I listen. What does the title say? It's now or never. If I don't see a defensive change this week, well, then I'm going to be starting to roll on your side. But see, my motto is this: because I do what I do, I try to hold my word. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, if once I give up on somebody, I'm never coming back. I'm never coming back. When I say I'm out, I am out. I don't come back. So because that's how I am, I want to give anybody and everybody a little bit more time because there's no rush right now. When how can I say it? When you if you are if you have an opportunity to compete, then everything matters. Is Jalen not working? Hurry up and switch him. Is this guy not working? Hurry up and switch him. Is this not working? But we're not ready to compete. What I thought was going to be a decent team and a spark and all that, we showed our true colors. Head coaching hiccups. We had a quarterback hiccup a little bit, but it also happened because of the head coach. Defensive coordinator hiccup, injury hiccup, linebacker super destroying hiccup. You know what I mean? I got to sneeze because I'm allergic to this defense, but there's no rush. Honestly, the worse we are and the worse Miami and the Colts are, the better our future looks. But you also got to build on things. You got to know who you're keeping. We can't I never will ever come out and say tank. But here's my thing. Jonathan Gannon's and Nick Sirianni, my patience is running thin. But when I say I'm out, I'm out. And I can't say it without me 100% being able to stamp on it. And in 4 games, you start to realize, but it's not yet. Andy Reid went 0-4. I hope y'all all know that, right? I mean, I don't know about the younger Eagle fans up in here, but y'all, if you're old, at least 30 years old, 35, 36, 20 something, do your research and stuff. I know you do. Y'all, the subs in here be knowing what they're talking about. That's why I always ask, let me know your thoughts in the comment section because y'all know y'all stuff. Andy Reid went 0-4. He was a quarterback coach for the Green Bay Packers that went from quarterback coach. He didn't go from quarterback coach to offensive coordinator. He went from quarterback coach to head coach. There were people back then saying, who the heck is Reid? And I'm not trying to say Nick Sirianni or Jonathan Gannon are going to be great. But 0-4, everybody was rated. I was young. I just did my due diligence. You know what I'm saying? Does it look good? No. But again, the pass defense looks good. Rush defense looks horrible. Blitzing is at an all-time low. But there are contexts to why the blitzing is low. How can you blitz if the team you're playing says, I'm going to run? There's only 3 teams in the NFL that get passed on less than us, but we are the most ran against team in the NFL. And I got to keep stretching that because I think I wrote that kind of ugly. I should have said total passing attempts. I don't know. Maybe I should have said I should have did the opposite, like 28th, meaning I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Sorry for not keeping up with the chat. Front office is costing us by sabotaging Sanders. That definitely could be. And listen, if I missed your comment and you were really talking to me when I was doing that little sequilatory, whatever that thing is called, let me know again. Ted said, teams going 12-5, 12 and 15 play drives, killing our D, no rest. We go 3 and out. Defense is gas. Yeah. But the defense wasn't necessarily gas against the Chiefs, but the Chiefs are the Chiefs. But the Chiefs weren't the Chiefs. When did you ever see the Kansas City Chiefs say, hey, Pat Mahone, I'm going to need you to play second fiddle. This is a run game. Damian Williams, CEH, y'all going to be the lead stars for the Kansas City Chiefs. Pat Mahomes, take a back seat. Throw a nice pass here or there, but take a back seat. You know what I mean? The Russian spies said the bad part of having these rough games early on when the team is still getting its footing. Yeah, because listen, when you start losing like this in the locker room, you can see the tense. Look at Darius Slay. He's trying to clear his name, saying, listen, I'm playing how I'm supposed to be playing in this scheme. I'm not necessarily getting beat. The team's getting beat. Respect my name. You got Fletcher Cox over there looking very, very annoyed. Losing is miserable. You know what I mean? They just came off losing. Dang Burrito said Gainwell's RB1. Hey, low key, he really might be. I think the success of McVay is having fans give high expectations to new coaches. Maybe. But listen, when Sean McVay became the new head coach on campus, who did he get for a defensive coordinator? Oh, an ex-head coach, a defensive guru, and Wade Phillips. Doug Peterson didn't do it. Howie Roseman and Jeff Lurie did it for him. But when he became the young head coach, well, not young, but a new-time head coach, he had a veteran coordinator who was once a head coach in Jim Schwartz. You know what I mean? I'm going to be patient. We're the only fan base who thinks the team will be terrible. Thinks the team will be terrible, but gets mad that. Yeah, right. Well, yeah. There was a lot of people who didn't think we were going to be terrible, though. So, but I understand what you're saying. I mean, listen. I love being an Eagle fan because of the passion. Like I said, even when I know we should lose or going to lose, something in my brain triggers Sunday at 12:30, and I'm in there. I'm watching. I'm with y'all. You know what I mean? Uncle Luke said maybe they not playing Sanders because the contract is up soon and they don't want to pay him like he deserves. Yeah, well, listen, throughout the league, the running back position is dying. If you're not CMC, if you don't do what Christian McCaffrey, Alvin Kamara, Derrick Henry in a different facet, Nick, if you're not one of them true breaded, legit RB numero uno, I mean, it is what it is. Kenneth Gainwell, 5th round pick, coming in and feeling good. I hate that. I love Sanders, and I hate that the running back position is devalued, but it is what it is. We need 3 playmakers on defense. I agree. How he needs to go? Hey, I'm with you. You already know, my guy. We need a playmaker on defense. Yeah, and he said 3. See, I'm doing these out of order too. Let me get back in the order. If I missed it, go ahead and re-say it. Jalen being good at bad defenses is how he improves and slowly improves on being better than better defenses. Y'all gotta help me out. I've been up too early this morning. I'm already messed up in the game. But yeah, look, Jalen didn't pick his schedule. You know, you can say Jalen is part of the reasons why we're not handing it to Sanders, and I agree. At the end of the day, Nick Sirianni is saying this could be a run or a pass. Jalen, do the read and do it. In the Chiefs game, if he pulled him back, it was for the right calls, most likely because we were successful. Anytime you don't punt, you can't really argue the game. I just think overall, Nick Sirianni got to get in his head. Listen, if you don't follow me on Twitter, you really should follow me right here, Philly @Philly_Mike25. I just retweeted something that the new head coach for the Los Angeles Chargers said, Brandon Staley. And he talked about the pass game don't need the run game to be successful. I disagree with that, but I like how he said it. He said it's a physicality thing. It's a demeanor. Just the way he said it is like, bro, if you never believed in running the ball for whatever analytics side you have, you'll believe after hearing what he had to say. Simple and plain. Hurts not a franchise quarterback now, but he can become one. I'm finally going back to having Sunday and Monday off starting next week. Oh, man. That was one of my knock on fake wood and shout out to everybody who can have it. And I feel bad for who can't. Listen, I always said to all my work, I've been working at one place for a very long time now, though. But I said, listen, I can never work on Sundays. Like, even before I was doing YouTube, like, I don't know how I would be able to know that the Eagles are playing and not really be in the game. It'd be rough for me. I didn't think we were going to be this bad. I thought there was too much talent to mess this up. We need to completely clean house, owner included. When you say completely clean house, like how? Like older vets and owner? Name brand said that's what I don't understand. What with Sanders, he's as good as the guys when he gets carries. I mean, I think he could be a top 11, top 10 running back. I still wouldn't put him up there with them guys, to be honest. But he doesn't get a chance. I agree. He's never got a chance with Doug, and he's getting less of a chance with Nick. Jalen left 5 touchdowns on the field versus KC. Got to see the whole field. Stop with the happy feet. Hey, Ted, yeah, look, look, he definitely left the one where he checked it down to, I believe, Gainwell or Goddard, and what's his name? Devontae Smith was running up the side open. But the one thing I have, and I Breaking the Birds does a great job. He does a great job. And I've spoken with him. I speak with him on Twitter. He said, it's a little early, but during the middle of the season, he'll come on the show and stuff. When he does the Devontae Smith only tape, every time he shows Devontae Smith get open, you still got to put in context what Jalen was doing. Like there was one part, and that's why I want to get. He says he gets it from Game Pass. Game Pass says it's not available for me. I just don't understand it. Anyways, the design play the play to Greg Ward Jr. where it tipped off his hands, whether you believe Jalen threw it too far or it was catchable, that's not important at this point. But it was a design rollout. So that play, hike the ball and you roll out the way he does, that was the design of the play. To either hit Greg Ward Jr. as your first read, and if not him, I think Goddard was his second read. But in the goal line, that close, you sometimes only have 1-2 reads. You're not really going to get to your third read unless it's a scramble joint, right? So he rolling to his right away. Now, I saw the beautiful route that Devontae ran, and he was open in the middle, and the guy stopped and said, he said it. He knows football, but there's so many people who don't watch it that might not know. And he says something like, now if he stops right here out of his rollout, then he could hit him. And then he just continued. Now he knows, but you're not going to stop out of your rollout because nothing is you got your first read in Greg Ward Jr., which looks like he's getting open. Your second one and got it. You're rolling out because it's designed. There's no reason to look to the middle of the field or the opposite side of the field unless it's not open. So that's null and void. Now, there were times where he got happy feet and he feels a little, and it's not the pressure in front of him. It's when the defensive ends get around him. When they get into that behind the head, now some quarterbacks have that internal clock, 1, 2, 3. You know what I mean? But he thinks when them defensive ends get behind him and he don't know what's going on, he does get happy. His biggest thing he has to overcome, more than his accuracy, more than his deep ball, is his panic button. He does have to control the panic button, but it can be done. That's the thing. Is he a finished product? Oh, hell no. But does he have potential? Yes. But how do you get the full potential out of a guy? Coaching. You know what I mean? So who knows if these other coaches are going to be coaching Jalen? Who knows if Jalen's going to be here under these coaches? Who knows if anybody's going to be here? But you know what I mean? It is what it is. Jalen missed Ertz, Goddard, Smith, and Quez for TDs. Definitely missed the Ertz one. I don't know about the Goddard one. I know Smith was going up the sideline, and that one I agree because he was looking there, and the safety was inside. You know what I mean? So you got to make that. Got to make that. I think Game Pass should take the pee off it. Yeah. The crazy thing is this, though. Dang, look, I had Game Pass last year, right? And I don't know if you guys were following me last year, but I would do a breakdown. I would break down just the offense in general, some bad plays, some good plays. But I used to do all that from my phone, right? So then my Game Pass expired in the offseason, and I didn't get it. But somebody texted me text me on Tuesday and said Game Pass is fixed. So I paid the $100 and I'm looking and it's like, nope, not available. But I see it is fixed. It's not available. They had the Cowboys game last week's Cowboys game available. They had the Jets and Titans game available for me. Jets and Titans played the same time as the Eagles and Chiefs. Doing me dirty. Because what I want to do is this. What I'm going to do is this. You see how I have the picture that's next to me is going to be the all 22. And I'm going to be the little square right here. And we're going to go over the all 22 together. Now, if we do it live, I can't draw on it. But we can still pause it. You'll be able to see. You'll be able to see my so I can like circle the guy with my mouse like this. But Game Pass is trash. Watching the empty calories. I mean, Listen, it ain't over to the fat lady sings. You got to keep playing. Here's the thing. They're considered empty calories because our defense is bad. If our defense is stellar, see again, Jalen Hurts got drafted to the Philadelphia Eagles. J- Jalen Hurts don't have no say or bearing on how good the defense, the coaching staff, this, that, and the third around him is, right? Some people get blessed. Tom Brady got drafted at the 6th round, looking like he wasn't going to have a career. Got injured. He got in. Listen, he had a top 10 defense for more than half of his career. I mean, Brady's still the GOAT. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. But at the end of the day, you know what I mean? Like, he has nothing to do on that. So he might have to always throw passes in garbage time because of the team he's on. You know what I mean? Football is the ultimate team sport, and part of your success is where you're drafted. Simple and plain. Look at Matthew Stafford. If Matthew Stafford gets to the NFC Championship or something like that, he's like, wow, I wasted all them years in Detroit. You know what I mean? Jared Goff, his rookie season, guess who his head coach was? Jeff, the quarterback killer Fisher. Jeff, the quarterback killer Fisher. Carson Wentz looking decent. He went 7-9, but he still showed a lot of promise his rookie season. And Jared Goff looked like an absolute booty bust, right? Jeff Fisher, the quarterback. Jeff Fisher out, Sean McVay in, right? Sean McVay turned Jared Goff into a Pro Bowler that first year. Jared Goff under McVay went to the Super Bowl. Jared Goff will never have the success he had with McVay, and he'll never get to an NFC Championship. His career is over with the Lions. Over. It's not his fault. It's not his fault. Jeff Fisher was a bad coach. Jared Goff was looking like a bust. First round pick, couldn't do nothing. He looked great he looked really decent, or really good, I should say, when McVay took over. But does Jalen Hurts got things he got to work on? Absolutely. I'm letting people know I have faith in Hurts. But pointing out his mistakes isn't hating. Y'all got to stop. Yeah. It's how you point out his mistakes, you know? And because it's such a controversial topic, you know, I'm going to lean on pointing out his mistakes with context because of how much people want to run with it. You know what I mean? But yes, anybody and everybody should be able to handle criticism. This is what it is. You can say the same thing. Well, I don't really like Mike's channel because he does this. Well, I might read the criticism and say I don't care. Or I might say, you know what? I can stop doing this. Maybe I can do that, and I can learn from it. Give the kid a break. He generally missed 2. 3 were called off the board that he did hit. Yeah. Shout out to Esmerita Booth. I agree. You know what I mean? Look, he's young. 8 start. What about to say? At this point, just play Whiteside. Yo, you know what? J.J. Arcega-Whiteside has the same stat line as Travis Fulgham. The sad part is Travis Fulgham has played 0 games. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside was suited up for 4 games. He only gets but 8 to 12 snaps per game. But the dude, it's just a guy. This dude, yo, let me ask y'all in the chat. Should be fun. This should be fun. And I want your honest opinion, right? We are on week 4. We are on week 4 in the NFL, or going on week 5. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside has yet to get a catch. How many week will JJ catch his first ball in? Let me know in the chat. When will JJ Arcega-Whiteside catch his first ball? If it's about the little things and small details, then we get mad. People are judging Hurts on his throws. Nah, listen. At the end of the day, it's unfortunate. The Eagles have so much capital. The quarterback position is too important. Jalen Hurts will be judged all year. Fair or unfairly, it's just the business of the game because of the capital we have. So with the capital we have, I mean, it's going to happen. If you can't take criticism in life, you don't want no money. Exactly. Joey Z, shout out to my guy, channel member. J Jaw is just on the roster because he can block and play special teams. Facts. Paul Mancini said Hurts has played well in his 5 of his 8 starts, but the team is 2-6 in his 8 starts. So it's not just him. Where's the defense been? I agree. Nina in the building said never. Oh, wow. Wait, never to the Whiteside catch thing? Zach said this week. Jalen Hurts is not a rookie no more. This is now his second year in the NFL. He's a rookie. If Ben Simmons can win Rookie of the Year his second year, he's a rookie. Mahomes actually had a decent quarterback to learn under for a year. Hurts just watch Carson throw the ball to the wrong team for 12 games. He was not grooved. Yeah, that might even hurt his development, right? Ernesto said this Sunday. Oh, we got this week. Here we go. Now I'm starting to see it. He was on the team last year and was getting some play time, so he's not a rookie. I wish people would stop that. I mean, he did get 4 games. I mean, but Ben Simmons legitimately won the Rookie of the Year. He didn't play, but he scrimmaged, he practiced. I mean, I don't know. Then he's not a rookie regardless of how the quarterback was before him. Jerry Lee said week 10 or 17. El Yepa said last game. Ivan said this Sunday, surprise time. True that. He didn't play a game, but he won the award. That's the worst part. He won the award. Oh, Lord. I mean, yeah, he got 3 starts. So I guess. Daniel said JG runs a zone-based defense that needs fast linebackers who are great cover guys, some safeties. Yeah, we don't have any of that. I agree. CB said week 8. Whiteside going to get versus the Panthers in garbage time. Yo, all right, look. I need to know in the chat because listen, this is going to be my make or break game. And I'm not saying make or break like if we win, I'm back on a we didn't know. But in the sense of me thinking this season is going to be way better, way worse. I can't talk today. I need to go to sleep. This is the make or break game for me to know if this season's going to be way worse than I thought or still, pushing along 5, 6, 7 wins possibly, right? So let me ask y'all this. Since half y'all didn't answer when J.J. Arcega-Whiteside will catch a touchdown. How do y'all think we got a chance to beat the Panthers? Yes or no? I just want to know, yes, you believe we'll beat the Panthers, or no, you don't believe we'll beat the Panthers. And for the people just coming in, the thing on the screen is this. So the pass defense, we rank 7th, 204 yards per game. Rush defense, we rank second to last, 150.2 yards per game. We only blitz 15 times. That's 10.8%, which is last. 8 sacks, 12 hurries. But how are we going to get sacks and how are we going to get hurries when total passes attempted against the Eagles was 121? That's tied for 4th. So we are the 4th least passed on team because total rushes attempts against the Eagles is 137, which is last, meaning we are the worst. We get ran on the most, and the defense has 27 penalties, which ranks 21st. With that being said, let's see what y'all were saying in the chat. Do y'all think we can win this game? Michael said yes. Philly Cruz said yes. Jerry Lee said maybe. Yepa said yes. Ryan Rowe, yes. Cowboys fans said possible. Philly cash flow, yes. Oh, wow. We were doing really good until Jay Koch came in there and gave us the big no siree Bob. They're going to get the boot smacked off us. Smoke our boots, he said. I mean, How do I get a wrench? I got to give it to you from my phone. Give me a little bit. Those stats tell it all, yeah. And I couldn't listen. I physically looked all this stuff up today while I was at work, right? And I was busy all day, and I'm like, okay, I want to talk about this. And I wrote it down on a piece of paper, and I lost it. So I had to redo it. I'm like, all right, I typed this up and just emailed to my email real quick, and that's why it's a little out of whack. I could have did the total passes attempted. I could have worded that better. So it is what it is. Shout out to my guy Joey Z with the $5 super chat. Greatly appreciate my guy, channel member and everything. He said Hurts is the guy. No need to draft a quarterback. The Eagles need to build in the trenches next draft. Build that defense. Listen, if Jalen Hurts, here's my thing. If Jalen Hurts, if he shows me he can get a second year, like if you're like fringe believing, you still might have to do it. These quarterbacks are like, yeah, and we gotta do what Dallas did. We gotta spend that capital on the defense. Now, if Hurts comes out and flats out lays eggs, then it's different. But shout out to my guy Joey Z. It's complicated, but why not? Let's say we can beat them. That's what I'm talking about. Here's my thing real quick. This is for the no-sayers, right? This is going to be my wake-up call game. I'm either going to wake up and say, 6 games, 7 games might still happen, or 4 games, 3 games might happen. With that being said, look, Carolina Panthers allowed the Cowboys to sack him 5 times, 11 quarterback hits. CMC's might come back, but he's banged up. I think that Jonathan Gannon, after this last press conference where he looked like he looked humiliated. I think he's going to throw a lot of stuff. He's going to play aggressive or die trying. You know what I mean? It's at the point now. You've been playing softer than... So you've been playing super soft. Dang Burrito said, I think we beat Tampa. I don't know if you're just trolling or for real. But listen, Tampa offers the same thing KC did. They got a horrible secondary, so we might be able to move the ball on them. However, their front 7 is better, though. I think we will be in the realm of 4 to 7 wins. We aren't as good as I had hoped, but I can't say I expected us to be better. I do think the Panthers are a beatable team. There you go. Listen, the Cowboys put foots in them. They also put foots in us. Joey Z said, yes, we can keep up with their defense. Gilmore is good enough to just throw and be good. Gilmore can't play until week 6, though. Gilmore can't play. Gilmore's not playing this game. He's not playing this game. Panthers are the best run defense. We don't run the ball. What do you think happens? We pass the ball. How can the Panthers be the best run game? The Panthers just allow the Cowboys to run for like 200 yards. I mean, it's the Cowboys, but can I get a wrench? I got you. I got you and you and I got both of y'all when I get up off here. 803 Hitman said, make Sam throw the football. That's big facts. Make Sam throw the football. Big time. I'm dead ass. I said we would win in the offseason, and I'm dying with it. Hey, I'll take it. I'll take it. So what you're saying, since you got to rock with the beat Tampa, we got to lose to Carolina, right? Can't get them both, right? Can't get the best of both worlds, right? Barnett was still drawing penalties in yeah, right. Yo, he's wild. Panthers line on the left side is pretty weak, and their Achilles heel. Yeah, man. 5 sacks. We'll pause. 5 sacks, 11 quarterback hits. I'm looking to attack. We need to use all those first-round picks on defense. Facts. For people just getting in here, you could read it, right? Y'all see, pass defense 7th. The only thing that doesn't make sense is total pass attempted. Means attempted against the Eagles, 121, which ranks 4th least, compared to 137, which ranks 32nd most. Or 30, yeah, I don't know. I should have read that better. We get ran on the most in the NFL. We get passed on the 4th least. That's what I was trying to say. So for the people who want to get a bunch of sacks and the D-line is not doing good with the pass rush, how can you expect your pass rush to get the quarterback when the opposing team throws the ball at an all-time low in the last 5 years? The Eagles used to get the ball thrown on them constantly. Teams didn't run against the Eagles because they were scared. Also because they could easily pass. We just went from a defense that had a top 5 rush defense, right? Top 5. We were top 5 to 7 against the run, partly because we were good and partly because why would a team run on us when they could throw it? Jalen Mills, Ronald Darby, just throw, just throw, just throw. Now we totally flipped. We're top 5, now top 5, but we're top 7 in pass defense. We're second last in rush defense. And why would a team pass on us when they can just run? When, like I said, and I repeated this for the people who's been here for the whole hour and 10 minutes, we just had Kansas City, Andy Reid, and Pat Mahomes. A passing coach, a passing quarterback. They came into the link and they said, you know what? Oh, we're dying to pass it against the Eagles. But the smart thing is to run the ball. And they ran the ball for almost 200 yards. Glizzy said, bless me with the wrench, Mike. I got you, Glizzy. So I got to get Glizzy, El Yepa, and Taekwon. I got to get all y'all. Richie MC said, can I get a double secret probation wins? Let me get y'all right now. Dom said, people are acting like Hurts took the keys to the Porsche. My guy is driving a 2005 Honda and still playing better than most quarterbacks in the league. Shout out to Dom. You know what I mean? Listen, the situation has been kind of, it hasn't been all flowers for Hurts and with what's going on around him. So, I got to give him credit for that too. Barry said, shout out to him being a channel member. Have we ever had a coach fired mid-season? I mean, it's hard to get a coach. Like, you got to see some stuff, right? You got to see some stuff. King Swag said the teams give me a headache. And actually, it wasn't not mid-season, and it wasn't his first season, but Chip Kelly got let go before the end of the season. He got let go before the end of the season. Blue City Empire said, yo, Mike, fans don't care about the NFL player numbers or stats. We only care about wins and losses. Yes, sir. I still can't believe the Giants came back and beat the Saints. That's trash. I hope Sam has weapons to throw to. Be careful. Watch what you hope for. Yeah, I mean, DJ Moore is a baller. I got him in fantasy. Dodgers homered. Yeah, the Dodgers are only in the wild card because they've been injured. The Dodgers are nasty. All right, let me get these wrenches real quick because I'm about to get off in a little bit. Listen, if you haven't hit the like button, make sure you hit the like button. It's free. It's easy. It don't cost a thing. And if you're just getting in here, these are defensive statistics that I looked up to come on here with. But this total passes attempted and total rushes attempted, I hope y'all can figure it out by now. I just totally screwed that up. I believe against the Panthers, this horrible defense the last 2 weeks will say, I'm not saying they're going to be good, but they will be different. If they're not different, then I give up. I'm going to have to call up Jonathan Gannon and be like, yo, cut it. No, she can't. Let me stop. Listen, if I give you wrenches though, right? Yeah, I mean, I'm a person, I do the live play-by-plays, right? And we have other fans come in. We have a lot of people. We have like 800, sometimes 1,000 people in there. Only time people out if they're ridiculously coming, like if they're talking crap, like ridiculously heavy about you or like threatening you, racism and spamming. That's the only time we get people out of here. You know what I mean? Because what's it called? That's just what we do. You know what I mean? I'm not the person that's gonna shush people up. Like, I'm from, we Philly fans. I can take the crap talking. I can take it. You know what I mean? But best believe we win, I'm gonna give it back to them. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, not only more, they have what's his name, Robbie Anderson, a guy that I wanted the Eagles to pick up in that offseason. They got some weapons, even though Robbie Anderson and Sam Darnold haven't been on the same page. We got to watch out. But here's the thing. Being a bad defense is one thing, but seeing the same thing that doesn't work is a different thing, right? So here's the thing. Like, if the talent on the field is just not good enough, right? Then it is what it is. Like, we're not good enough. But a coach can't, as a defensive coordinator, as a guy who has to game plan, you can't just be like, all right, this team can run the ball. I'm not going to try to stop the run. See, I can say for Dallas and Kansas City, you're more nervous of their passing, so that's the difference. But Jonathan Gannon just got humiliated, 83 points in 2 games. Like, if you're going to be bad, at least be bad different, right? So then we can see. We can be like, yo, we were bad when we were playing soft. We were bad when we're playing aggressive. We're bad when we blitz. We're bad when we drop back. We are just bad. Then it don't look as bad on him. You know what I mean? I gotta see difference. When something doesn't work, at least show difference. Show adjustability. Dang Burrito said, Philly, good luck. Shout out to you. You already know. Yo, Mike, let me get one too, fam. Got you. Like I said, don't abuse it though. Because you know what I mean? We just that's what we do. What's your score prediction for the game? Listen, I'm gonna be dropping my preview video. And listen, make sure y'all have the post notifications turned on, because each preview video I give you a chance to win some bread. And I mean, $25 is $25. However, if the person who wins don't claim it, it could go up higher, and they still $25. You can almost get yourself a little fitted, like, $30 fitted, you know what I mean? $25, a little nice little lunch for a couple days while you're at work. You know what I'm saying? So we give an opportunity to win $25 to your Cash App, PayPal, or PO Box. All you gotta do is guess a certain stat line, but I say that during the preview. But change it up. Again, I'm not saying that he will or can blitz, but when teams refuse to throw and run, you know what? I'm like this. Run 6 yards. Run. If I watch a drive, me as a person, if I watch a drive that gets 6 yards, 6 yards, 5 yards, 4 yards, 6 yards, and they go down 10-play drive, 12-play drive, and they score a touchdown, the next possession, I say, you know what? I don't care. They could beat me over the top. They could beat me this way. They will not run for another first down on this drive. I'm changing it up. Changing it up. But yes, every single preview, like, yo, you know what my last one was? Miles Sanders rushing yards. And somebody legitly commented, Flybirds commented on my video. 4 carries, 20 yards. Everybody else was like 67 yards, 52 yards. A couple people said 100 yards, 71 yards. Flybirds said 20 yards. And I was like, man, he has no respect. And then Miles Sanders had 7 carries for 13. He got the $25. He said 20 yards. Because somebody's automatically going to win. You don't have to be exactly on. You just got to be the closest. So I go through the middle of the week, and whoever's the closest gets it. But with that being said, we got 129 people in the chat. I will be dropping the Carolina Panthers and Eagles preview tomorrow. I normally drop it Friday, but I got some stuff I got to take care of. Me and LB will be on, I think it's on my channel. I think last week was on LB's channel. I think this week it's on my channel. I got to hit LB up and see if it's Friday or Saturday. But hey, shout out to everybody who came through. I don't normally stream this late too, but I couldn't get the video I wanted to get out, and I wanted to talk about these stats that I saw. It is what it is. Greatly appreciated. Anthony Smith said, I Philly talk. You and Laura are the best Eagles content creators. If you info, and that's not even close, keep doing your thing. Jalen Hurts is the truth. Anthony Smith, shout out to you for watching and enjoying. This thing don't mean a god dang thing without you guys. Greatly appreciate it. S. Marie said, I'm finally caught you live. Yeah. Because look, I'm not even going to lie though. Wife, 3 kids. I was going live a lot more last year. This year, because, I tell my wife, listen, I'm going to be, because I go live pre-game, during the game, and after the game on Sunday. So I'm legitly live for way too long. But yeah, I got to start going live throughout the week. The last couple of days, I've been like, last couple weeks in this early part of the season, it's been video, live stream on the weekends, or live stream, Friday or Saturday. So we're going to start doing some weekly lives. Shout out to everybody who came through. Damon said, in Sirianni's defense, I thought you said like him calling a defense, but in his defense, I think he realized early that the guys we were playing in the O-line, weren't our best run blockers. Sanders was getting stuffed, so he moved off the run. I do believe you'll see the run be implemented more in times of it working more and when we need it. I think, I don't know, I can't really say for him, but I do agree, Damon, that he did try to run Sanders early, saw it wasn't working, and kind of got away from it, and knowing that KC was just sweet all through their defense. But I still got to see more runs. And I think situational running is going to be my next priority. I'm not going to sit here and say, run the ball. If things are working, I'm going to chill. I'm always going to be the guy that says, let's run the ball, because I believe in it. I believe it helps to play action. I believe it gets the linebackers to do what it needs to believe you're running, so you have more space in the middle. I believe in all that stuff. However, if it worked, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But situational running, I'm still going to talk about, because if he runs in the red zone some of them times, you might not get them penalties. You might not get them touchdowns called back. But, hey, if he connects on them, we're not talking about it either. So, if the offense does a little bit what it did against the Chiefs and the defense just changes, hey, this is the game that's going to make or break me. Make or break me. Birds will beat the Panthers, or you're going to see a different side of Philly Mike the rest of the year. With that being said, appreciate y'all for coming through. Until next time, y'all know what time it is. We out.
This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike. Talking sixes in the bird gang, that's our life. Competition, we ain't scared, yeah, that's what we like. Win or lose, you know we showing up and we gon' fight. You see we strive for the sky every day that go by. And every single week we screaming fly, eagles fly. This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike. Yeah, this is Philly Talk with Philly Mike.